السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأصلي وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. بعد, welcome brothers and sisters in our daily program, Prophet Stories. We are talk about the fruits and the benefits and the lessons from the story of Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam. We should learn the things from the story of Nuh 950 years in his da'wah, in his mission alayhi salatu wassalam. We learn from the story of Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam that when you give da'wah, when you work in the field of da'wah, when you invite people to Islam or when you advise people, no doubt you will face some of the troubles. Okay, and you need to be patient. And we mentioned this in the previous episode. We learn from Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam that you should be polite and you should keep this attitude with you. This behavior. When people wrong you, when people insult you, this doesn't mean that I should behave the same. You should treat people with your manners, with your behavior. Okay, so we notice from the story of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, they were accusing him, insulting him, ridiculing him, but he was very patient. He was very polite. Not only Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, also the other prophets. When they accused the prophets, you are crazy, you are magician, you are this and this, in a simple way they reply, I'm not a magician, I'm not a crazy, I'm not a liar. As simple as that. So we learn from the prophets alayhi salatu wasalam and also the prophet Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam to be simple and to be calm. Okay? When people accuse you, don't get angry and you try to fight them and you shout them. If they accuse you saying something wrong, you should reply in a simple way, I'm not like that. As simple as that. Okay, because some people think that if I shout, people will listen, people will believe. Okay, this is wrong concept. You should be polite and quiet. Also, we learn from Nuh, the story of Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam, that we should use different ways, different techniques in our da'wah. Don't use only one way. For example, when you like to advise your students, for example, you are a teacher and you have students, 20 students, 25 students, more or less. Okay, so you are suffering with them. For example, they have the problem of they don't clean the class. Every day the class is dirty, they throw the tissues on the ground, like that. Okay, so you should use different ways. So one way, you advise them, okay, clean your class, okay, keep the tissue with you until the end of the period, for example. If it is not, if it doesn't work, so you try to encourage them. You mention what is the virtue of being clean. That Islam encourages cleanliness, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes the one who is clean. Okay, if this doesn't work, maybe you use the other way. You try to threaten them or to mention something to scare them. That being dirty, this is not an Islamic behavior. This is the way of the shaitan. Okay, if this doesn't work, you show them that you should be like a role model for them. You clean the class without telling them anything. Try different things. Don't you insist on using one thing. Why? Because people are not the same. Also, we learn from the story of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam that Nuh was a human being, and all the prophets alayhi salatu wasalam, and he has emotions like us. When his son died and he was not Muslim, subhanallah, the emotion of the feeling of the father, the emotion of the father worked. So this is like a normal thing, natural thing. Subhanallah. So we learn from the story of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam that the messengers are human beings, and also those who are working the field of da'wah, those who are preaching people, also they are human beings. Because brothers and sisters, sometimes when we notice a brother who's preaching people or a sister who's preaching people in the masjid, for example, for the sisters, when they do a mistake or when they are sick or when they have something, okay, we start to wonder why he's behaving this way, why he's not coming. Okay, they are human beings like us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ. I am a human being like you. But what is the difference? يُوحَى إِلَيْهِ. Okay? I am inspired from my Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am getting the revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran and also the Hadith. So these are some of the benefits we can or lessons we learn from the story of Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam. And at the end, brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, تلك من أنباء الغيب نوحيها إليك ما كنت تعلمها أنت ولا قومك من قبل هذا فاصبر إن العاقبة للمتقين. That is from the news of the unseen which we reveal to you, O Muhammad. You knew it not, neither you nor your people before this, so be patient. Indeed, the best outcome is for the righteous. So all what we mentioned about the story of Nuh, alayhi salatu wasalam, Allah said, Allah mentioned, this is from the unseen. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not learn this from his friend or from his parents, from his people. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. تلك من أنباء الغيب نوحيها إليك. Okay, you before that you don't know anything. Okay, and even your people, Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab, and Ubay, they don't know anything about the story of Nuh. But we informed them. We told them the story of Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, be patient. So why I told you the story of Nuh? Because I want you to be patient, like him. So what is happening to you now, it is not new. What is happening for you now, the same thing was happening for the Prophet Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam. And at the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the glad tidings for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, which is إِنَّ الْعَاقِبَةَ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Indeed, the best outcome is for the righteous. So the victory will be for you. And this happened for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam when the people of Mecca made the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam to leave Mecca to Medina. Then after 8 years, he came back to Mecca as a leader, alayhi salatu wassalam. So brothers, sisters, this is the message for everyone, that you as a Muslim, you as a person of truth, you are following to the truth and you are telling people to follow the truth. Be patient. People will oppose you, people will fight you, okay? But no doubt there are helpers for the haqq. Not everyone will fight you. So the good ending will be for you, and the lot and the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala waiting for you in the akhirah. Brothers and sisters, Jazakumullah khairan. By that we finish the story of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, and inshallah tomorrow we will start the story of Hud alayhi salatu wasalam. Stay tuned. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.